Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is SwashbucklingSir here, and today we critique RETSNOM, a puzzle platformer focused on mirroring things, quite possibly also its very own game name. Before we jump into the gameplay itself, I would like to talk about the aesthetics, sound design, and overall atmosphere of RETSNOM first. The pixel art, while ever increasingly popular and thus hopelessly overdone, is executed well in RETSNOM. Levels blocks can be distinguished from the background easily, and even with a limited amount of animation possibilities, the flying tie while running adds just the right amount of flavor into the mix. The sound design, especially the music most of all, manages on top of the aesthetics to instill uncertainty into the player's consciousness. All of it leads to a form of unknowing suspense, a tense atmosphere in a somewhat slow-paced puzzle game. Very intriguing indeed. But what about the gameplay, you might be asking? The first world starts you off with a basic mirroring mechanic, allowing you to copy blocks from left to right and vice versa. The puzzling starts off easy enough though. However, soon thereafter, I found myself experimenting rather than trying to specifically look for a targeted solution, as getting into the mindset of mirroring blocks, especially multiple times, in order to find the perfect pathway ended up being far too complicated for my puny human mind. My experimental way of approaching the puzzles did not impair any of the fun that was to be had though. I feel RETSNOM is at its strongest when it allows you to experiment and play with certain elements of its mechanics, not instantly leading to your demise or a forced restart. Sadly, this happens more than quite a few times, especially in World 2, where the mirrored blocks disappear after a few seconds. Timing becomes essential. At this point, I cannot even remember how often I have explained, argued, and shown the problems that arise when timing elements are combined into puzzle games, especially in either slow-paced ones or when combined with imperfect controls. In RETSNOM, we're actually dealing with both of these problems, with the latter being the more important one though. The platforming in itself is not satisfying in RETSNOM. Combining this with a necessity of timed jumping and mirroring, sometimes even to an extreme degree as shown by the climbing level in the background, nearly made me drop the game altogether. My educated guess is that SOMI, the game's developer, is really good at game design itself, while lacking experience in level design though. The underlying mechanics of RETSNOM, the mirroring left and right, or up and down with a play of gravity later on, or the possibility to break mirrors in the last world and completely change and alter the levels to the player's desire, is just shy of mind-blowing. Nonetheless, I felt the game did not utilize its full puzzle potential and instead forced weak platforming upon the players. To sum it all up, RETSNOM is a really creative puzzle platformer with a suspended and tense atmosphere. Sadly, the game misses out on some puzzling potential and trades it for subpar platforming from time to time, depending on the level. If some levels were skippable, let's say similarly to Super Meat Boy, I would personally have enjoyed my time much more with the game. Nonetheless, for just €5, RETSNOM is surely worth a grab for all puzzle platformer fans out there, especially if you like experimenting with very interesting game mechanics. Please note, during my last game session, the game, at least for me, sometimes jumped between 30 FPS and 60 FPS for no apparent reason and made the whole platforming even wonkier. So please be aware this might be an issue with my recording. I'm not 100% sure because it didn't appear earlier before the last patch. I'm SwashbucklingSir, thanks for watching, please subscribe, have a great day, goodbye.